Hi, Michael. Right, so we've done your mum's side, haven't we?
We have.
So let's see what you can remember. So when's your birthday?
Oh, yes. 15th of February 1991. My mother is Lisa Blythe. Lisa Moran-Blythe. She was Moran, or Moran.
Where did your parents meet?
I'd like to know that. They never tell me that. They more bitch about each other than anything else.
So they don't get along?
No, certainly not. And sometimes I wonder how they met in the first place. They're two different opposites.
I know.
My dad's drugs and drink in the house. My mum's a sociable, no, not sociable, a stay-at-home mother who's chilled out and, well, not so much chilled out, she's a bit of a stresshead sometimes.
Then she got married after your dad, didn't she?
She did when I was 6 to Peter Mark Blythe, which is why she's Blythe now.
What was he like?
Young scallywag. That's what he was. He was 20, my mum was 26. So it was a bit of a toy boy for her anyway.
And then she met Colin, didn't she?
Yes, not long after Peter. Peter broke a window over it. A kitchen window. Even though he left her.
Where did she meet Colin?
Through the Evening Gazette. The dating page.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And what's Colin like?
Star Wars geek. But I love him a bit.
He had kids with your mum, didn't he?
He did. He had 3 lovely siblings of mine. Laura, Liam and Hannah. Laura is currently 21.
She's pregnant, yeah?
Yes.
Who with?
Christopher Morgan. Sorry, Chrissy.
She's about to drop, isn't she?
Yes. Yes. Oh. She's meeting me in the town on Wednesday. Imagine if it happens then.
Are you excited for the baby?
Yeah. But nervous that I have to push something out of my vagina.
So Liam's next. What's Liam like?
Big football fan, just like his dad. Hannah is just my mum's little sidekick, really. She always has been. She's the baby of the family. But she is very, very smart as well.
You're quite close to all of them, aren't you?
I am. My mum's birthday was the 16th of February 1971.
So who's your mum's parents?
My mum's parents, real father is Keith Moran and real mother is Eleanor.
So how many kids did Keith and Eleanor have?
They had 3. They had Diane, who was the eldest.
So who did Diane marry?
Recently she's married Paul, but she hid it from us. Hid it from us all.
Paul who?
Castor. They're very rich as well, there, and Paul. They've always worked hard for the money, I guess. Jane, the middle child, who was Matthew's mum.
Matthew, get control of yourself! What's the matter? So who did Jane marry?
Jane married Jimmy. I think I get a bit of my personality from Jane. You know, like a fun-loving person and that. But she passed away when Matthew was 5. Bloody hell. 99. So it must have been just before Laura was born then. Oh yeah, it does make sense. It does make sense. Because I always remember when it was a funeral. And I remember me and I had to wait in the car with Colin. And I remember seeing them all go to the funeral. I saw Diane and Perry go, Diane, Diane, Diane. Shh, Mike, shush. Well, yeah. Matthew will have been about 10 at 7.
So did Jimmy just raise Matthew on his own?
Well, at first, this is some home secrets here. It didn't take Jimmy long to find someone. She was Scottish. They were together for 6 months, I think. They moved up to Scotland.
Yeah.
And left the house that Jane and Jimmy had. And then when they broke up, they didn't get the stuff back.
Jimmy's one of 8, I think.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. In total, Jimmy's siblings are Patricia, Maureen, Kathleen, Gillian, Desmond and Brian.
He's got a brother called Des, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He owned a music shop in town.
Well done, Michael.
And Jane worked there for a bit as well.
Is that probably how he met her?
I don't know. I think she worked there because they were together. I don't know.
A few years ago, me and Matthew went to see his Auntie Kathleen in Middlesbrough to find out more about both sides of the Hand family, and they were all born in Wiltshire.
All of us were born in Warminster. In Wiltshire.
Oh my god, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Who's Melanie, by the way?
My cousin.
Right, so yeah.
And she's given me her dad's number.
Hello?
Hello, is this Uncle Michael?
Yeah?
Hello, this is Matthew. I don't know if you remember me at all. I'm Jimmy's son. Hello, I was just, I'm in the Warminster area at the moment. I've been doing a lot of research on the family tree recently.
What, our family?
Yeah.
We've got loads of photographs here.
Oh, wow.
I'll tell you what, Mass, me and Mouse will pick you up.
Yeah.
I'll sort of work it up. Have I got a phone number for you?
Yes,
Hang on a minute, let me write it on the board.
There's, that's where your father, that's in Middlesbrough, look. That's up at Middlesbrough, that's in the houses where they used to live.
That does look like Salter's Gill.
Yeah, that's where, and I don't know whether that's Jimmy stood up.
I think
Yeah, that's Jimmy, I think, stood up there.
Matthew thought you were all blood related at the start, like all.
No,
Yeah.
from Pat, Maureen, Kathleen, Jill, Jimmy, Desi and Brian are all
Yeah, because
with Jim.
Yeah.
I know it's this side of the family has a different father.
Who is this?
The woman on the left is Jimmy's mum.
That's Jimmy's mum.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
This is Vera Evelyn.
Right.
But when she came here, she married James Hand, Grandad.
Yes. So is this James the first?
Yeah, that's Jimmy's dad.
So Jimmy is James the second?
Yeah.
Oh. Did he play guitar? It looks nothing like him, really, does it?
That's when he was a boy, obviously.
Your father, your grandfather served in Korea, mind you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He did a
Japan,
stunt in Korea,
yeah.
he done Korea and Palestine. But he was a bloody soldier through and through, mind you. The army made him into a bloody psychopath, you know. You've got to remember, I was about 5 years of age when he met my mother.
Yeah.
And he was a bastard to me.
Yeah.
You know, your Auntie Pat and them, I think, all got on great, but I couldn't. I stabbed the bastard.
He stabbed him?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Bloody hell.
I stabbed the bastard. I was about 7 years of age and I knifed him. That's how bad I didn't like him. But as far as I'm concerned, to me, he was a horrible shite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of them blokes you say, I wouldn't piss on him. Even now, I never liked him.
then said that she remembers her dad's mum when she was growing up as Nana Swizzles, and Nana Swizzles lived in Buxton Street in the town, and she remembers her Nana living with a little bald man, and that she used to take people's bets in from the street.
Right. They married on the 24th of May 1921.
Frances Hand, 25, married Annie Patterson, 21. They were both single and they got married at St Alphonse's Church in North Ormsby. Frances is a labourer living at 14 Miles Street in South Bank, and Annie is living at 19 Beaumont Road in North Ormsby.
So Nana Swizzles was originally Annie Patterson. In total, Frances Hand and Annie Patterson had James, Michael Desmond, Margaret Patricia, Veronica Audrey and John.
Michael Desmond Hand, which must be where Des comes from.
Yes. He was known as Des.
Married Beatrice Emily Simpson.
And that's her.
Right, that's Beatrice Emily.
She was known as Auntie Beattie.
I see. Auntie Beattie.
Someone called Stephen Panda.
That's Des's son.
Nickname, yeah. He was quite a popular guy as well.
He died in a crash then, didn't he?
Stephen did, yeah. Desi's son.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes,
Yeah.
Date and place of death was 17th of January 1976. Dead on arrival, General Hospital, Middlesbrough. Name, Stephen Hand. Cause of death, internal hemorrhage and shock following lacerations of the lungs and liver when he lost control of motorbike he was riding and collided with a concrete bus stop pole. I've heard of that as well. So it was a motorbike accident.
Yeah, just here, coming down here.
Bloody hell.
And he swerved and hit the bus stop down there.
Oh my god, I was looking at all the old ones. Stephen Hand. Oh yeah. In loving memory of a dear son and grandson, Stephen Hand, died 17th of January 1976, aged 19 years. Beatrice Emily Hand passed away 5th of June 1999. Aged 64 years, until we meet again. Also a dearly beloved husband and father, Desmond Hand, passed away 31st of August 2000, aged 69.
So, what was your Nana like?
She was amazing. She was amazing. She was the glue that held the family together.
Yeah.
Like, she always looked after everyone. She always put her back out, trying to do the best for the family.
Were you close with her?
I was probably a favourite. My mum was a favourite daughter, I think. She always used to be around every day, like picking the kids up from school and dropping them back off and all that stuff.
You never met Keith, so Keith and Nellie divorced?
Yes.
And then she married Frank?
Yes.
And what was Frank like?
Oh, he was amazing. He used to walk around the house doing that mad noise.
So what he did?
He just used to love life. He used to love his gardening as well.
Mm-hmm.
They had a garden the size of a football pitch. So he'd love spending hours like mowing the lawn every summer. And, like he had apple trees and pear trees and.
Where did they live?
They lived on Covent Close. well.
So Diane lives in Nellie's house?
Yes.
And Frank's?
And Frank's, yeah.
Oh, I thought Diane had her own place.
It was Frank's, but he left it in Nellie.
So how long did she live here for?
She lived here, I don't know exactly, years ago. The Norman Conquest pub. I just love going there. Last time I was there, I was on karaoke at Christmas with my mum. I'm scared. I'd be shit, that's Paul. Which one? That end house there. Yeah. And then Nellie sold it to Diane. And you should see how much they've pimped it out. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They've changed the 3-bedroom bungalow into a big 3-bedroom mansion.
So when did Frank die?
Frank died in 2007. He came out with a cold one day, which we thought it was anyway. 3 weeks later, he was in hospital dying. Diane was a carer before she died. She let her. She put her in the spare room, in her own house. And then the one night she had off, she got a private carer in to come and look after her for one night. And that's the night she died.
So she died in that house?
Yeah, she died in that house.
Oh.
Cilla Black, You Are My World, was the song that was playing as the curtains shut. And we lost sight of the coffin. And we were all stood in a row, bawling our eyes out.
Yeah. So, do you know any of Nellie's side of the family?
Well, Nellie's mum and dad was Vera.
EFG thing.
I'm sure it's B. Burke.
So Pop Burke.
Pop Burke. Can you remember that name? A, B. Not Joseph, is it?
That rings a bell.
It does, doesn't it?
On June the 27th, 1936, Joseph Burke, 27, married Vera Wilkinson, 27. They were both single and they got married at St John's in Middlesbrough.
Joseph was a labourer and Vera was is that a tailoress?
Yeah.
That makes sense because she taught Diane how to sew as well.
Right, this is the 1939 register for Vera.
Got something to read here. 32 Peaton Street, North Hornsby. Right, was Burke Joseph.
Obviously Joseph's birthday, I think, isn't it?
24th of December.
Yeah.
He was born on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Then there is Vera Burke, also living there. A Wayford omelette data. This line here. What does that say?
Unpaid.
That's not unpaid. That's a W.
It's unpaid domestic duties. She's a housewife. And there's the house, and it's to let. Good, isn't it? Do you remember it at all? Obviously you probably won't.
So there lived Vera, Joseph / Pop, Terence, Arthur.
In total, Joseph Burke and Vera Wilkinson had Terence, Arthur and Nellie.
Oh, and there was Arthur, my nana's brother. Arthur used to love me when I was a baby because I had these curly hair as well. As soon as I'd walk through the door, he'd always pick me up and carry me around and show me all the rooms and stuff like that. What's in the cupboard, show me, look, I remember that bit, I got a vision there. I just remember the night he died, it's like I felt it in the air. When I was sat there watching Ren and Stimpy when I was 5 or something like that, 5 or 6. And I remember I kept seeing a light in the corner of the room. And then I could sense that something had happened. And then the next morning my nana rang my mum saying that he died the night before. I was like, Vera, oh, she was class. She had Ricky, a little dog, little Yorkshire Terrier. As soon as I'd walk in my great nana's room, it would come running up to me and try to bite me, little bastard. But first she lived with me auntie.
Does Diane just have everybody in the spare room?
Cool.
On the way out?
I know, it's the second time she's done it, isn't it? Oh, we'll just chuck them in there to die.
Who, Vera?
Yeah.
So, do you remember any of Vera's siblings?
June 31st of October 1953, Dennis Whitten to June Wilkinson. He was 22 and she was 23.
Right, so we went to see Dennis, didn't we?
Dennis Whitten, Vera's brother-in-law.
Yeah, so Dennis is still alive, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh. He was 83 when I found him, and that was 2013. Bloody hell. Was he 83?
He was old.
So now he'll be 91 this year.
Something like that.
Bloody ripe old age, and he smokes. He's like Dorothy Brannan.
He was funny, wasn't he?
Yeah, sorry. So hard to see. Whitten! Does that say Whitten there? June Whitten, that's it, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
There it is!
Oh, yeah, June Whitten. 2009.
Paul Christopher Wilkinson fell asleep at age 13 months. I was right about baby Wilkinson as well.
So who's Paul? 19.
It doesn't say who's
New Year's Eve, 1980.
Mm.
There's two babies.
Oh, and Marie White as well. Whose kids are there?
I've never heard of White before.
In total, Vera's siblings were Vera, Arthur, William Gordon, Phyllis, Peggy, Blanche, Florence, June and Leslie. On the 29th of March 1937, Cecil Youngs, 21, married Phyllis Wilkinson, 19, and they also got married at St John's Church.
What is that?
Painter.
A painter, and she was a...
Domestic.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, is that Peter?
Yes, hello, Sean.
Hi, alright.
Yes.
And he's Vera and Joe's great-grandson.
Oh, blimey.
So it's on your mum's side.
Yes. Yeah, the Wilkinson side. Well, when I was growing up,
Yeah.
we used to live in the Thormsby near Auntie Vera.
Right.
Because they're in the Thormsby.
Is that on Peyton Street?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. We lived in Cadogan.
Right.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, my cousin Nellie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sure it was Eleanor. That's, proper name, but she always got Nellie.
Yeah.
There was a brother as well, I can't remember. Because I'm sure we had a photo of, I'm sure that Auntie Vera lost one of her children.
He was blind?
Yeah.
Right, I didn't know that. We just knew that there was probably a baby before.
And my dad joined the fire brigade and we moved into a house on the fire station.
Oh, the one near Albert Park?
Yes.
All right. How cool's that?
Yeah.
So did you live like right inside, like right on top of it, really?
Oh yeah, the back door. When you went out the back garden, the door opened out onto the fire station yard.
Oh, how cool's that?
So we had Albert Park. I grew up in Albert Park. The playground.
Yeah. Because I've got on his marriage certificate it says he's a painter.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, which I thought that's quite a change in profession, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Because during the war he's in the steelworks.
Yeah.
There was June and Blanche.
Right. Yeah.
There was Norman Wilkinson.
Right.
Gordon.
Same church again, the army. On the 13th of October 1945, Roderick Albert Neal married Blanche Wilkinson. Oh, we found another sibling. What on earth does that say?
A gunner in the Royal Navy.
Oh, a gunner. And she was a... what the hell does that say? Them initials there. Something AAF. WAAF.
Yeah.
So just near the school.
Yeah.
Right at the school entrance, there's two houses either side.
Yeah.
And Blanche and Nana lived in those houses.
Right.
Blanche's daughter, Kim, her best friend has a sort of curtain shop.
I know Dennis Whitten's still alive.
Oh yeah, Dennis. Yeah, young Dennis.
Yeah, my friend said he spoke.
Because he went in the fire brigade.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
And Patrick was her husband.
Yes, that's right. Vera's. Sorry. Peggy's husband was Patrick.
Right.
They separated. Well, got divorced, and she had another son, Tony, who died in a car crash when he was about 21.
Right. And Vera's father was Arthur Norman Wilkinson, and he's a plumber. I think that her dad is the leg one.
The leg one? Right. Legless. They probably used to ride a bike to work every morning with one leg.
Just a stump, wasn't it? Up and down Cargo Fleet Lane or something like that.
Imagine that. No, it's quite hard to get up Cargo Fleet Lane with one leg.
What, on a bike as well? Isn't that Vera's mum and dad?
That's Vera's mum and dad, so that's my great-great-grandparents.
Yeah. So that's their names then?
Arthur Wilkinson died 31st of December, and New Year's Eve again.
And Florence?
Also Florence.
Yeah.
I remember Florence.
Do you? What do you remember?
Like I remember Dennis talking about Florence, and his daughter's talking about her. And Nellie Wilkinson. So is that where my nana comes from, Nellie?
Well, it must do, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They've passed it down. Did you get to meet your grandparents on Phyllis's side?
My granddad had a pot leg.
Right,
on
yeah.
the Parkinson side, he had a pot leg, he lost it in an accident.
What happened, like?
There was something in the steelworks.
Right.
And he got an infection, he injured it, and he got an infection and ended up having it cut off. So he had it was a pot. I always remember it.
Yeah.
I remember going to the house there. She used to make fantastic Yorkshire pudding. She was a really good cook.
Yeah.
The Yorkshire puddings are excellent. I used to eat them cold.
Yeah.
So Vera's mum and dad, Arthur Norman Wilkinson and Nellie Packer. I remember that name from when we looked before, Packer, the Packer name. France Street.
Yeah.
Father's name, William Henry Packer.
On April the 2nd, 1888, William Henry Packer, 24, married Eleanor Blakelock, 19. They were both single and they got married at St John's as well.
William Henry Packer, age 24, was a bachelor. There's another Eleanor. Is that right? Great-great-great-grandmother was Eleanor. So is that why Nellie changed to Eleanor? There's another Nellie, there's another Eleanor, but she preferred the name Eleanor.
Yeah.
France Street. His father was also William Packer. What does that say? Does that say descendant?
Deceased.
Deceased, so he was dead. So 1900.
And one, yeah. You're looking for 52 France Street.
William Packer, head of the family, male. He was aged 37. Profession of occupation.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like he got the sack from something. There. He got the sack from doing hammers.
Dock labourer.
Dock labourer. Oh, sitting on the dock of the bay.
Vera's mum
Oh,
as a kid.
she was 12. Margaret. 9. William H. George. Do. James. Do. 8 months. Do.
In total, William Henry Packer and Eleanor Blakelock had Vera's mum Nellie, Margaret, William, George, James, John Thomas, Elsie and Ivy.
Hi Liam.
Hi Sean.
Nellie's side today, isn't it?
Yes.
We are tracing as far back as we can on your mum's side, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
I know, a rare occurrence. My first time in the episode.
And there's Nellie underneath, isn't there?
Yes.
Nellie Wilkinson.
Which is where Nanny's name came from.
So that's Vera's mum, which is your nana's nana.
Yeah. She was 79 when she died.
70, I think that's a 78.
Oh well, she must have died just before her birthday then.
One of her brothers is the next. Just give it a gander. I think is it William?
Yeah.
Something.
That's a Packer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Girth, when fully expanded, that could be a variety of things. 32 and a half, 32/2.
Range of expansion, 22 inches.
That's it. Reported missing.
Considered.
Something died.
I think they're presuming he's dead. They haven't found him.
At age 20. So that's the W's.
Straight.
So that's definitely him, yeah.
Yeah. There's anyone on there, isn't he?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Only Packer on there.
I take a picture of it.
So here's a map, and we're going to try and find France Street. Let's try and find the railway first.
I'm guessing that's the railway.
Yeah, that's the bridge. Here's where we stood just here.
The railway.
Railway. So this is that railway here.
So we are here.
Yeah.
So we go forward.
You're looking for number 50.
Right. Keep going forward. A little bit.
How far are you going here, mate? There's a car!
I'm trying to judge it. Well, we're going up to this block of houses, past this car, up to this bit. This is past the block of houses.
Right.
So, this, France Street, going around here. So we should be on the end of France Street now. We've just passed 56. So we need to cross over this road. Over the road.
Yeah.
Here we have round the back of 52. We'd be more about over here, wouldn't we? So we can go that way. So we'd be about.
And now it's a leisure park.
Yes. McDonald's car park.
So would you say this is like your family bit? It's weird, isn't it? That it's just a car park.
They all lived here.
In the St John's.
Oh, yeah.
So look how.
So far, did they?
That's where Vera got married. So she was here on her way day of her wedding day, and then walked all the way.
So I wonder where he stayed for his fucking stag do. He'd have been in another house along probably with one of his neighbours. He'd have stepped out, got there about half an hour early and waited at the end of the altar.
For Eleanor to walk down the aisle.
Come in here. Have you got your speech ready?
Isn't that a good thing?
Shooting them out. There was nothing better to do than have sex.
Oh!
Hillsborough.
Death. He died in 52 France Street.
Oh, so his ghost could still be there?
She died in 1954.
So, 15 years after him.
Yeah, so your nana was what? 12 when she died?
Oh, she died when? What year?
54.
86. She was 86 when she died.
They are both buried in Linthorpe Cemetery with a headstone. I found it.
Cemetery. What, the one near West Lane?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How are you?
We fucking found one! Right, on the 23rd of January 1864.
You'll know it's Sheraton Fitzpaine, it's a village.
Right. William Henry, a boy. Name and surname of father, also William Packer. Name and maiden surname of mother
is Charlotte Packer, formerly Gowford.
Nearly.
Gollyford.
I'd say Galliford, yeah. So Charlotte has got another Charlotte in the family.
Rank of professional father, master.
Is that Thatcher?
Thatcher.
What's that?
William Packer died in his late 50s, and on April the 27th, 1880, Charlotte Packer, 45, widower, got remarried to James Stockwell, 35, who was also a widower, and they got married at St Paul's on Newport Road. So at least she found happiness again. And Charlotte's living at 48 Black Street, and her father is listed as John Galliford, who was a labourer.
John
Galliford.
Galliford, yeah.
Aglab.
What?
Aglab.
What the hell is that?
Agricultural labourer.
Oh.
Farmer.
Right. Oh yeah. Mary then?
Yeah.
Mary Dew, the wife. She's 35. The next one
Is that Charlotte Dew?
Yeah.
daughter, yeah. She's 15, is that? And then...
Invalid?
Invalid?
What's that?
It means she can't work.
Oh.
It means like...
Oh, yeah.
Couch potato on a wheel. Emily.
Yes.
Emily Dew, the daughter, aged 8, and she's a scholar.
Is John Dew, son, age...
I think it's 7.
Yeah.
James Dew, who's 3. Richard Dew, the last, this is the final son, and he is 1, I think.
Maybe, yeah.
In total, John and Mary Galliford had Charlotte, Emily, John Jr., James, Richard, Mary, Daniel and Abraham, and the majority of the men worked up Eston in the mines.
We're doing the Gallifords part of our family tree, and we are coming up to Eston Hills. We don't know what's in store yet, but that remains to be seen.
Should have came up here.
I know, yeah. Mint view fucking Wilton there. Brilliant, we can edit that out.
In 1850, Bolko and Vaughan discovered ironstone and Cali was born. Men from all over, men of all kinds, came from the different jobs in the mines. Spraggers, couplers, blacksmiths and miners, deputies, stable lads and wagon drivers. Migrating here from far off places, keen to earn their daily wages. To dig those 64 million tonnes, and it cost many fathers and sons. Backache for husband, heartache for wife, both scraping a living. Oh, what a life. 7th of January 1868, south of Eston.
Name and surname is Abraham Galliford.
He's a male, 15 years of age.
Profession, down in mine.
Cause of death, accidentally by being crushed between 2 coal wagons. Jesus Christ. Because of 2 wagons.
At just 15, that's crazy.
I know.
The most important fuel in use today. Great Britain has the richest coal seams in the world, and this basic wealth played a major part in industrial expansion. More and more seams were opened up below the countryside, and around the mines, Britain's industries and towns converged.
March 1901, Francis Street, Middlesbrough.
Yeah, so she's not far down the road from 52.
Charlotte Stockwell.
Yeah.
Female, age 65 years.
Her cause of death was chronic nephritis, which is inflammation of the kidneys, and pneumonia.
And then look who signed it, William H. Packer, at her son. He was present at the death of his mum. It's great.
He only lived down the road from her.
Yeah.
Get back in the vehicle or we will get pneumonia.
Nellie was the first member of this line to be born in Middlesbrough. William Packer, Charlotte Galliford and her father John Galliford were all born in Devon.
That's what I've been telling everyone. I've done something.
No, because you said that was 5.
That John's our 6th grade.
5th?
5th?
Or 5th grade.
5?
Dad, yeah.
And that's 4.
Yeah.
4.
No, them ones are one ahead. Puddington, in the county of Devon, in the year 1835. Can you read that? Is that Stoneman?
Yeah.
John Galliford and Mary Stoneman.
So that
Were married in the church by...
So there's Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
There's me.
Laura.
Liam and Hannah.
Yeah.
There's Lisa. There is Nellie. There is Vera. There is Nellie Packer. There is William Henry Packer. There is Charlotte Galliford.
Yeah.
There is John
Right,
Galliford
so we're up,
Junior.
So we're up to John on that piece of paper, yeah. Right,
Junior, so there must be another John.
Yes, so if you move up to 1, there's John Galliford, also a farmer, grandfather.
Great, 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 great.
5, 6.
6, yeah.
Right, so the next one.
7th, Isaac Galliford. 8th
So
is Margaret Venner.
And when's she born?
And we have
John
Drake.
And Farway is a village in Devon.
We have Reverend
Joseph Banfield Drake.
So he was a vicar.
He was a vicar, yes.
Then we have number 11, which I don't have enough fingers, Joseph Drake.
Oh, they're named after each other.
Yeah, named after each other, yeah. Next one.
And then we have Sir Francis Drake, the 12th.
12th great grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a member of Parliament.
Was he?
Yeah.
With royalty?
Well,
government.
Oh.
Political.
Jesus.
And Sir Francis Drake II was the nephew of Sir Francis Drake I, the big sea naval captain.
10, 11, 12, 13.
So your 13th great uncle.
Sorry, didn't mean that. Sir Francis Drake was an English explorer, sea captain, privateer, slave trader, naval officer and politician.
Francis Drake. Drake had made several voyages to Spain's New World Empire, where he'd sold African slaves and raided ships and settlements. In Panama, he'd climbed a tree to get a view of the Pacific Ocean and dreamed of becoming the first Englishman to sail it. His chance came in 1577, when the Queen entrusted him with a secret mission to raid the Spanish Empire's Pacific coast. On the 13th of December, Drake sailed for the New World with 5 ships and 164 men. En route, Drake's fleet captured several Spanish and Portuguese ships, as well as a Portuguese navigator who knew the South American coast and became their guide. After a rough crossing of the Atlantic and 63 days without sight of land, Drake reached the coast of Brazil. He struggled south in heavy seas to reach Puerto San Julian by June. Here he decided to wait out the winter storms. In September, Drake and his men became the first Englishmen to reach the Pacific, where they were met by 52 days of hurricane winds and mountainous seas. One ship, the Marigold, was lost with all hands. Another, the Elizabeth, sailed back through the strait and fled for home. Only the Golden Hind was left, driven south towards Cape Horn and into the world's roughest seas. Europeans believed a great southern continent lay in this region, but Drake saw only more ocean. There was no southern continent here, but there was an open sea route around the tip of America, one which would later bear his name. Despite this setback, Drake had now arrived at the Spanish Pacific coast, which was virtually unguarded and had received no warning of his approach. It was the start of one of the greatest robbing sprees of all time. First, he hit the Spanish port of Valparaiso, where he took Chilean gold and wine. Then Arica, where he seized 40 bars of silver. At El Callao, he robbed every ship in the harbour. But more valuable than any loot, he was told that the Spanish treasure ship Nuestra Señora de la Concepción had sailed north just 2 weeks before. Drake set off in pursuit and overtook the Spanish galleon off the coast of Ecuador. The Spanish crew had no reason to fear an English pirate in the Pacific. Such a thing was unheard of. So when the Golden Hind opened fire, they were taken completely by surprise and quickly surrendered. In the galleon's hold, Drake's men found 36 kilos of gold, 26 tons of silver, 13 chests of silver coin, jewels, and a golden crucifix. A haul worth today around $60 million. The Golden Hind, using Peruvian silver for ballast, continued up the coast, stopping off to raid Huatulco in modern Mexico for supplies.
Would you say you look like him? I really don't see him much of it.
Does he have blue eyes? No, he got Lisa's eyes there.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Great one.
Has he got the whole thing?
No. Well, it's a blurry, so I'm gonna like...
When you take the picture, it should correct itself. It's mainly this I want a picture of.
That's all, folks. National Blood What? Blooper.